Hey, what's up, everybody? Edgar here, back with an update on the Wagon Tom Daniels Atlantis models. So, from the last video, we went ahead and proceeded to paint and clear coat the car. We just jumped right in. You know, uh, it's crazy because this stuff could happen really fast or it could drag really long, right? Back in the day when I would paint, I would always like be like, okay, cool, I'm gonna plan it out, how I'm gonna do it and everything. Now that I'm pretty set up with my compressor and everything, I'm lucky that I can just hit on, have everything set, and I could just jump in and start painting and go ahead and even clear coating now. So right in front of us, as you can see, we have the pie wagon, and this part right here is one of the pieces that goes right here, right on top. I guess you could say it's like the cover for the engine. And one thing is that I had this as a separate piece, so I had to first I had the alligator clips biting on to the little stem piece that you see right there. I had that bitten on there, so I went ahead and airbrushed, well, with my left hand, airbrushing the color, right, all around. Finally, when I was thinking about wrapping my head around how am I going to clear coat this, and even the effects, how am I going to do the effects with that so it matches, right? So I had to improvise, and out of nowhere, out of the blue, it just popped in my head, and I said, you know what? I'll put a piece of tape right in the center, and I'll bite the tape with the alligator clip. And the way I was gonna set this in here was to go like this, set it right in through there, pull this all the way down until we would get it to sit right there. Bam. I'm not gonna let it because I clear coated it, but just let it sit. Once it's sitting there, I can start to paint all around and everything. Obviously, from clear coating, we could always do it separately. It does not have to be attached, right? Another thing, so that's a tip right there for any of you guys who are gonna paint this and are thinking like, you want it to match. That was one way how I did it. So now for the rear, we have this door. So this one here, I've been kind of playing along with it, back and forth. Like I would use the stick and I would go right in here and I would push on the door, pushing it forward to open, let that chill for a bit, and then I'd come back and touch the latch right here and push it back just a little bit. So this way there's somewhat of movement. I don't want the door to get stuck touching the side of the body there. And I was just kind of doing this back and forth, back and forth. So I used the Rokket Klear for this one, and I blasted it. I was really careless in a way. I was just, I've already used it a couple times, and I was like, you know what? I'm not really afraid to mess up at this point with the clear. I know it's gonna dry. I could always just sand it and re-clear it again, and it's not a big deal. This was the first time using it on top of a model that I put in all this work, and before I would not even risk it. I'd be like, let me risk it on this, but this one I was like, you know what? We're good. Nothing's gonna happen, right? That was the thinking jumping in. If something happens, it happens. But anyway, so I started from the bottom, just clear coating it, blasting it all the way around, and then we got to the midpoint, and then we started doing the sides, turn it around, then do this front part because obviously it's shaped kind of different, so you have to move in parts. I was gonna say patterns, but parts. So doing all that, and then the roof, I would start on this end like this, and I would start here all the way up, turn it around, and then and everything would line up. So the clear, I did about like 3 to 4 coats of clear. This clear, it's Rokket Klear, so it's a lot thin. The viscosity is like water compared to the House of Color Show Clear. That clear is a lot thicker. So as it started to cure, like right now I can't smell it. I have had it outside for a little bit. It's starting to pretty much cure right now. I would think probably by tonight it would already be dry. But I could see right here in the front, it's not really wet. It's looking more like a matte finish. And then it starts to go more into this like orange peel. Look at that right here, right there. Look at that. Orange peel kind of look, right? And then it wet, but also kind of orange peely, right? And that's fine. This is really interesting to me because I'm like, all right, cool. This is giving me ideas. Let's say if right now I wanted to add graphics to this. Let's say I was like, you know what? Why not sand it down, and then right here I could do more tape outlines, maybe do a design, maybe I could spray Orion silver in there and then candy that so we get another different texture of, you know, of a pattern on there. I could maybe have a pattern wrapping around here that shoots all the way down and then it goes up or whatever, and then it ends, right? Like it loops. You could do a lot of stuff. So this to me is like opening my mind, like, if I'm working on another kind of build, I could still do patterns and stuff like that, right? For graphics. And this is like really, really like interesting product. I wish I would have got this back then, you know, but this works really well. Let's bust out the spoon. See how close we got it there to the match. And then right there on the little side right there, that's what we were trying to emulate. The same with the hood clip. I don't even know what you even call this, but I guess we could call it the hood, right? There's an engine that goes under it. So yeah, these right here, they're gonna be chilling. Tomorrow they'll already be dry. And honestly, what I think what's gonna end up happening is I'm gonna end up scuffing it down later, sanding it down, and then I'm gonna re-clear it with show clear, and I'll go ahead and do all that. But that's gonna be later. Right now, at least I know that everything's protected. All the pearl, the candy, everything involved in this is already locked in, and I don't have to worry about anything. You know, if right now I leave it out here and little dust, debris lands on it, I'm not even worried about that because I could always sand that off. You know, even though it's drying, but it's drying really fast. Even if it was the show clear and it's still wet and there's little particles and things landing on it, like there's really nothing to freak out, you know. So if you guys are interested in show clear, like, you know, look into it. If you guys are also thinking about or curious about using House of Color paint, urethane, just make sure that if you get the paint that you also get the clear that goes together with the same system, because you don't want to use House of Color and then be like, oh, well, I have a Tamiya, you know, TS13 clear can that I'm gonna clear over it. It's not gonna work. That clear is gonna get messed up. It's gonna just mess it up. The urethane, it is strong, and when you try to cover something up, it's just gonna break right through. The one thing is the Tamiya primer. You could definitely, that I look at that as like the introduction that introduces the plastic to the urethane paint, and it just is like, yo, we're homies now, you know, roll through. So that right there, primer, you're good. So if you want to get into this, you already got the primer, bam. You get the ready to spray paints, or even if you want to do it yourself, but if ready to spray is your way, do it, boom. But then also make sure you get the clear. The clear, you do have to mix that. That is not a ready to spray system. That you definitely got to get it, mix it, clear it. But it's easy though. It's not even really hard. Later, I'll do another video talking about mixing. You know, I'll talk about ratios, and I'll bust out like a little can and I'll mark it. We'll do the measurements. I won't do the pour out because I don't want to do that here. I do it in a separate area, but at least I'll be able to show you in a can or in a bottle, like, what are the measurements for that. This way you guys kind of understand, for those of you that might look at a label and it says 3:1 or 2:1, like, what does that mean? You know, because that's how I was. I had no idea. I didn't understand, but at least hopefully I could break it down right there. But I'll keep you guys posted. This is just an update on this build. We are gonna probably tonight revert back to the Nomad just to finish up all the chrome trimmings. I had a busy weekend. You know, happy Easter to everybody, or, you know, belated Easter now. But yeah, I was just busy and I wasn't able to do nothing. That's why today I feel like I made up for the weekend. Whatever I didn't do over the weekend, we knocked it out today within hours. So it was a fast process, and we went in. Now we're here. So tomorrow, another day. We'll see what else we get into tomorrow. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and take care of yourself. Peace.